بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا اللهم علمنا وينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا رب العالمين. We continue our discussion on the Book of Major Sins by Sheikh Muhammad Abdul Wahab, Rahimahullah. May Allah have mercy on the Sheikh. Ameen. And we have reached the chapter called Bab Ma Ja fil Yamin al Ghamus. We have reached a chapter called What Has Been Narrated, what evidences or texts that have come in regard to false oaths, meaning that a person falsely swearing by Allah but is actually lying. What are the proofs from the Quran and the Sunnah that's mentioned regarding a person like this? And we know that people swear about things that they are lying about. And what are the example of things that people swear about? Why do people swear? They swear about Allah that such and such happened. And why do people swear about Allah? It's a question, yes, it's a question, yes, it's an open question. Why would people swear by Allah?
Because they don't know the value or the...
Why lying though? With what lying?
Yeah, why lying?
They swear by Allah, but they are lying regarding what they, to achieve some benefits, right? To achieve some benefits. Sometimes you have a person trying to sell maybe oil or clothing and things like that. And you swear by Allah that, there's nothing wrong with his item or the product he's selling. And you'll be lying, right? Or a person may sell oil to you. Say, brother, wallahi, this is, it cost me a lot of money to buy this oil. But he probably bought it cheap. And it will say the oil is pure, it's 100%, but maybe mixed with something. And so on and so forth from people, why people lie, or swear about Allah while lying. So the Yamin al-Ghamus means false oath, a person making false oath by swearing by Allah, and it's from the major sins. It's from the major sins. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned hadith reported by Ibn Mas'ud. He said, "Man halafa ala Allah, man halafa ala mali imri'in muslim bighayri haqqihi laqi Allahu wa huwa alayhi ghadban." Prophet mentioned a hadith that whoever falsely lie regarding, trying to get without due right, trying to obtain a wealth or money from a person, he will meet Allah while Allah is angry with him. Allah is angry with him. Our Sheikh Salih Fawzan, commenting regarding this chapter, whoever swears by Allah, man halafa ala al-mali imri'in muslim, whoever swears regarding the money of a person, meaning that he swears regarding the money. Maybe the person, he says that, a person said, I don't owe him no money. Maybe the person will loan you the money, and he said, then in front of the judge, Islamic judge, he said, Wallahi, I did not, or Wallahi, I pay him back, right? Try not to pay the money back, right? The Prophet said that he will meet Allah while Allah will be angry with him. Sheikh Salih Fawzan, he said this kind of false swearing or false oath is from the major sins. He said, وَالْيَمِينَ الْغَمُوسِ هِيَ الْيَمِينِ الَّتِي يَحْلِفُ صَاحِبُهَا على أمر ماض على أمر ماض وهو كاذب معتمد. It says it is a false oath is when the person swears. The person swears about an affair that has passed, but he intends to lie about that situation. Or say, كأن يقول والله إن هذا السلعة اشتريتها بكذا وكذا وهو كاذب ليغرر بالزبون. He says, the Sheikh says that, for example, a person swears by Allah, I bought this product. I bought this product for such and such price. But he's lying, the person is lying, the seller is lying, trying to deceive the buyers. Right? Trying to deceive the buyers. The Sheikh says, أو أن قيمتها كذا كذا, or he said that the price of it is such and such. ويحلف بالله كاذبا, but he lies about Allah, swearing about Allah that this is true, but he's lying. He says, سميت غموسا لأنها تغمس صاحبها غمسا بالإثم. He says this word is called غميس because it drowns the person in sin. It's one sin that the person does that a person gets drowned in the sin. Gets drowned in the sin by committing that sin. And ثم في النار جهنم, then the person gets drowned in the hellfire. وَعَذْ بِاللَّهِ. Right? That a person, this is one sin, that a person, if he commits it, he gets drowned. They call it ghamus because it's a sin that drowns a person. And it drowns in sin, and then it turns drowned in the hellfire. The Sheikh says, فَالْيَمِينِ تَنْقَسِمَ عَلَى ثَلَاثَ أَقْسَامٍ. He said there are three types of swearing. Swearing. It's أولها اليمين للغو. It says the first of them is the one that a person is an empty swearing. Sometimes we have a person swear, Wallahi, such and such, right? It is not connected to lying, but some people are used to just saying Wallahi, 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 right? It does not carry, it's not connected to about lying about a situation. But they just say Wallahi in that kind of situation. It doesn't, this kind of, it's called empty one. The person is not held responsible for this. Some of the scholars, they mentioned that, they give an example of that. A person, he thought something happened. He thought, he was sure that something happened, but opposite of it was the truth. But he swears by that. The scholars said that this person is not responsible. Like, for example, maybe he says, Wallahi, I saw that brother. Right? He thought he was sure that he saw the brother, but in reality he didn't see the brother. This kind of swearing, a person is not held responsible for that. He says a person is not responsible for that. Then he mentioned the second one, al-yamin al-munaqida. Al-yamin al-munaqida, which is a yamin that a person swears. The second one is when a person swears about something of the future. He says, Wallahi, I'm going to go to Hajj next year. He said, Wallahi, I'm going to do that thing. If he intends that, to do that thing in the future, and he doesn't do that, he has to expiate. He has to commit expiation. And do we know what the expiations are if a person does not fulfill their swear oath? How do we fulfill?
It's fasting a number of days, right?
The fast is one of them.
Feeding the poor.
Feeding the poor. How many poor? How many?
I think like
40?
10.
10.
10. Okay, 10.
It's 10. So if he swears by I'm going to do such and such, and you determine that you're going to do such and such, but you did not carry it out, you have to. If you don't carry it out, then you have the option of feeding 10 people, 10 poor people. And if you cannot feed 10 poor people, you can clothe 10 people. You clothe them, you buy clothing for them. And if you can't do that, then you have to free a slave. You have to free a slave. Then if you're not able to do that, then you fast what?
10 days? 10 days?
You fast 3 days.
3 days.
You fast 3 days. This is when you swear by something that you not, you swear by it but you didn't carry it out. For example, some people will say, Wallahi, I would divorce my wife. I have to be that, right? Some people do that. People are, and of course, it's known that it is not permissible for us to. And why is it? Why do we swear? What is swearing? What do we know about swearing?
I think the reason why people swear or doing the swearing because they don't trust themselves or improve to others.
They don't trust them, okay?
They're reliable.
Anyone?
Some people, it's just a habit. I mean,
It's a habit for some people. A lot of people, there's a habit. But sometimes some people swear because, of course, they want to.
it makes
They
it
want.
more,
They want.
makes it more believable, I guess.
Yes, but sometimes a person gets so angry sometimes that he swears by something, right? And they want to show that they are serious,
Oh, yeah, that's how I was going.
right? They're serious, right? So, Allah, if you do that thing, I'm going to do such and such, right? Just to let the person know this, Now, if he swears, then it's upon you now if you cannot fulfill that. You have to expiate that swearing that you do. And the point of swearing is not. We know that it's not permissible to swear by Allah. It's not permissible. Yeah, it's not permissible to swear by other than Allah. Swearing by other than Allah is what? Is shirk, right? Because in swearing is magnifying the one that you swear by, right? If
Kind of putting them on a pedestal.
you
kind
put
of,
them on the pedestal, people swear by their what? What people swear by?
They mother.
Their mother, because what? They think that that is the highest of things. You know what I'm saying? Or the highest of person. Or some people they swear by their children, and so on and so forth.
Nowadays, they swear on themselves.
Yeah, no. But Allah Azza wa Jal, because one of the from the act of worship that the scholars mentioned, there are 6 things that the act of worship has to be act of worship. One of them is ta'zeem, to glorify Allah, right? So Allah does not want anything else to be glorified above Him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So anyone that swears about Allah has fallen into shirk. As the Prophet mentioned in hadith, La tahlifu bi abaikum. Umar one time in a hadith, Umar swears by his father. And the Prophet was present. And the Prophet corrected him and said, do not swear by, you all should not swear by your father. That whoever swears by Allah, he has committed shirk. And also, it is known that if a person swears by Allah to you, you should accept it.
Yeah, no.
Right? If a person swears by Allah to you, say, Wallahi, I does such and such, it is for you to accept. But now, what is the question? What if the person is known to be a liar?
Then you leave it to that person. I have the same experience one time. Somebody gave me money for me to keep it for him.
Mm-hmm.
And one day he came and took it back.
Mm-hmm.
And after a few weeks, he came back and he requested for the same money.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, brother, I gave you that money last week.
Mhm.
He said, no, he never took it. So I gave in again. So
Subhanallah.
okay, since he said I never gave over, just take it.
Naam.
I gave him the same equal amount.
Naam.
But
That,
later on I realized that he wasn't a good Muslim. But I don't even talk about it anymore. I just let it go.
naam. That goes to the point of some of the scholars says that if you know that if this is only for a Muslim that you see that is upright, that is a good Muslim, or you don't know anything of bad thing from him,
Yeah.
right? And one of the scholars mentioned that the first person who swears by Allah is who? Who is the first person that swears by Allah?
Shaitan.
Shaitan, right? He swears by Adam like he's telling him the truth about that what he's telling him. He swears by Allah. So now,
It's really not good to swear unnecessarily.
it's not good to swear unnecessary. Now, it's not good to swear unnecessary. That's the default. That's the foundation. You should not swear unnecessary.
So to swear, it's not good to swear unnecessarily. So to swear, then the heart should be attached to whatever whatever you swear to Allah concerning or about, then your heart should be attached to that. Or if not,
No, well, if a person swears by Allah, it's better not to swear at all. Because to swear means that you are truthful in what you are saying. And whoever hears you means that that person must accept what you're saying. Now, if you are lying to that person, you are sinful in front of Allah. You are sinful in front of Allah. And at the same time, if you lie, it's not permissible for you to swear by other than Allah. And also, is that if you swear by Allah and you are not, it put hardship on you, right? Because if you can't carry it out, if you can't carry what you say out, then you have to feed 10 people. If you can't feed 10 people, you have to move to the next one. The scholars mentioned these are the three options. You cannot jump into the last one of fasting 3 days. You have to make sure that if you can't do that, then you go to the next one. So the point is that, and if you're lying, it's haram. You put yourself in danger with Allah Azza wa Jal. So we mentioned the first one is the first type of swearing is an empty swearing, where a person swears by Allah and he just swears. Like some people they have a habit of swearing. Oh, wallahi, 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 wallahi. They swear all the time like that. That there's no issue with that, right? Even though it's better than the person, because it does not connect to any issue that it's not about taking rights of a person. It's empty, then there's nothing wrong with this. And also, if the person doesn't intend it, there's no issue with that. The second one is where we mention a person intends something. Wallahi, I will fast 30 days next month. Or wallahi, I'll do such and so. You intend that? If you intend that and you don't carry it out, you have to do those things. Right? You must carry it out. If you don't carry it, you're sinful for that. Now, the third one is the one we were discussing, which is the one that the person swears by Allah, but is lying. This is the one we mentioned that this person is drowned himself in sin, and the sin that is going to be drowned in the hellfire by it. So the Sheikh says, اليمين الغموس وهي الحلف على الأمر ماضٍ كاذبا متعمدا is when a person lies, a person swears by Allah about issue that has passed, but is lying and intentionally lying. He's intentionally lying. وَهَذَا لَيْسَ فِيهَا كَفَّارَةٌ. He said this one, it does not have expiation. If you lie intentionally, you can't go and feed 10 people. No. It doesn't connect to that. The feeding of 10 people and clothing them is connected when you intend, you intend to do something in the future, but you didn't do it. It says, فَإِنَّهَا تَغْمِسُهُ فِي الْإِثْمِ. It said this person that lies intentionally or swears intentionally, he has sunk himself in the insane. ثُمَّ فِي النَّارِ, and he drowned himself in the hellfire. It said, وَكَأَنْ يَحْلِفَ أَنَّهُ رَأَى فُلَانًا يَفْعَلُ كَذَا وَلَمْ يَرَهُ. It says, it's like a person, he swears, but I see such and such doing such and such. But in reality, he didn't see him. He said, Wallah, I saw him. But he didn't see him. أو يحلف على السلع, or he lies on the product. Right? He lies on the product costs such and such. But it doesn't cost such and such. And he knows that. He says, this is called a yamin al-ghamus. This is a false swearing. It's a kathir min al-tujjar. It's a many of the sellers in the markets. No problem, Sean. It says many of the sellers in the markets, they do this, so that what they can have people buy their stuff. So the Shaykh, he mentions that the Prophet ﷺ, that Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned, it says, Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned in Surah Al-Imran, it says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَشْتَرُونَ بِحَدِ اللَّهِ وَإِنْمَانِهِ ثَمَنًا قَلِيلًا أُولَٰئِكَ مَا خَلَقَ لَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ وَلَا يكلمهم الله ولا ينظر إليهم يوم القيامة ولا يزكيهم ولهم عذاب أليم. Allah said, and indeed those who purchase the covenant of Allah and their oaths with a small price, those who purchase the covenant of Allah and their oath, meaning that the oath here means that they swear by Allah to achieve something of small price in this dunya, right? You want to achieve that thing, so you swear Allah so you can get it. Allah said, He says, أُولَٰئِكَ لَا خَلَاقَ لَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ. They have no portion in the hereafter. They have no portion in the hereafter. What is a portion? What do you mean a portion? What does mean a portion in the hereafter?
They're not going to get any benefit. Or the
Jannah. Jannah.
Yeah.
They have no Jannah. There's no Jannah for them. Subhanallah. That's how serious it is. He says, وَلَا يَكَلِمُ اللَّهِ, and Allah will not speak to them. وَلَا يَنْظُرُ إِلَيْهِمْ, and Allah will not look at them. يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, Allah will not speak to them. Allah will look at them يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. وَلَا يَزَكِّيهِمْ, and Allah will not purify them from their sins. Allah will not purify them from their sins. وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ, and for them is a severe, a painful punishment. So this affair of a person swearing, and people do that. A lot of Muslims do that. And they think this is something light. But it's something serious.
Quick question.
Now,
The order for the expiation of breaking the oath.
the order for the expiation of breaking the oath is that, number one, meaning the oath that you swear you want to do it. So, wallah, next year I'll make Hajj. Right? And next year comes, you're not able to make Hajj. Now you have to expiate this. Then this expiation, you have to, first of all, feed 10 people. Ashara masakin, 10 people. Or you can either clothe 10 people. Either you feed them or clothe them, provide them clothing, or you free a slave. Of course, we don't have slaves nowadays. Right? Then if you're not able to do that, then you fast 3 days.
Okay.
You fast 3 days.
Okay, I have a question also.
No.
Regarding people going to the courts, like right now in DC,
Mm-hmm.
they have a court hearing.
Mm-hmm.
This judge is a kufar.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
He said,
Now,
you tell the truth, but nothing but the truth, so helping God. You say yes. Then sometimes these people, they lie.
well, so you're saying that the Muslim that goes to,
To that court.
he goes to the court and he swears,
Yeah, they ask you to raise your hand.
Yeah, raise your hand.
And swear to tell
Yeah.
the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
well,
Even if you go Canada,
but
England, and you go to court, you see
they have Islamic court over there.
You do like that.
No, that's not permissible.
Yeah, but they do that.
They bow.
That's what you do. They do the judge like that.
No, that's permissible.
In Canada and British stuff.
You bow to the judge?
The judge, the lawyers do that, defendants do that. Yeah, you never see that stuff.
No, I've never seen that before.
Google it, see, find out.
No, I don't know. But number one is that a person, I mean, some people they want to swear by the Bible. That's what I know. Right?
No
They
Bible.
don't mention
There's no Bible.
those judges. They just say this thing, but they want the truth from you.
Well, if you swear about Allah, which is, if we call it that, then
The colleagues you stand up and you say, everything you say is correct or that what you say.
yeah, okay, yeah. No, they do.
Simply you raise your hand.
No, you raise your hand. What most people don't even know what that's the thing now. A lot of Muslims don't even know these kind of rulings. They don't know rulings connected to this kind of stuff. You know, even if they swear by Allah, because we can debate whether they swear by Allah in the court or not swearing by Allah. That's debatable. But the thing is that even when if you say they swear by Allah, so if they say Wallahi, they don't even know the ruling connected to that. Right? They don't know the ruling that's connected to that. So the point is that swearing by Allah, if you swear by Allah and you're lying, you are in a great danger. You are sinful for that. It is not permissible for a person to swear by Allah while he's lying. And people swear, we know that people swear because they know that Muslim will believe them. People will believe you. Generally, when you swear Allah. If you say, Wallahi, a Muslim was practicing, man, this brother is telling the truth. Right? And you're lying about that, the reward for that person, you know, the consequence is severe. طيب. So the Sheikh, he mentions another hadith reported by Abi Umama Marfu'a. He said, من اقطع حق امرئ مسلم بغير حق لقي الله وهو عليه غضبان. That whoever swears to take the right of another Muslim, it will meet Allah while Allah is angry with him. And that is because in Islam, it is important that we understand how things work in Islamic court. If you go to Islamic court, if you have an issue, you are in front of the judge. The person who's bringing a claim, it has to have the proof for what he's saying. Right? If he says such and such hold me money, you have to have a proof for what you're saying. If you don't have no proof, just like here in Kufar in court in America as well too. You have to have a proof of what you're saying. If you have no proof, right, your case is going to be thrown out. But in the Islamic court, if in Islamic court, if you don't have a proof, right? If the person does not have a proof, then that person who is the person who is free, because you have the defendant on. The defendant, he has to raise his hand saying that, Wallahi, I did not owe him anything. Wallahi, I did not owe anything. So this is when a person can take that, swears by Allah, and judge has to let me free. Once he swears by Allah, he's free to go. He's free to go. No matter if he's lying or not. Because you don't have the proof to support your point.
That's Islamic court.
In Islamic court, yes.
Islamic country.
Yes.
Like that. Say Somalia, for example.
Right.
We are 100% Muslim Somalia.
Right.
We elected the president, Congress, everything.
Right.
They bring 10 Quran.
Uh-huh.
You put your hand, everything you do is sake of Allah. Everything I do is sake of Allah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they don't put even the hand in the Quran, they put top of the Quran.
Uh-huh.
When they live there, they do all the corruption they can do it. Include the president, that is normal. All Islamic nations.
So swear by Allah, but still do other.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what he's saying, the danger of doing that.
A lot of people don't know the ruling connected to that.
They're the president, the prime minister, the Congress, the senators. They lie, everybody know that.
But that's why
No.
sometimes they get overthrown or being assassinated because they don't fulfill the.
You know what it's really, yeah. They become normal, like you say, Wallahi I do this, Wallahi I do this, Wallahi I do that.
Number one, a lot of people don't know the ruling of this kind of stuff. They don't know how severe it is because people don't know. And number two is that as far as putting on the Quran, it's not even from Sunnah, right? You don't have to put your hand in the Quran to swear by Allah.
That they do
Huh?
in America too.
Well, we don't care about that. What they do.
First time a Muslim Congress, they bring the Quran. The Christian Congress, they bring the Bible. They bring is Torah. In here, U.S. Congress.
Yeah, but Islamically, you don't need Quran to put you on the Quran to swear by Quran. No. He just said, raise your hand. I said, Wallah, you just, that's
I
it.
don't think he was here though when you was telling about the punishment for doing that.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
Well,
Y'all think he got that one?
yeah, the punishment of a person lying, the person of swearing by Allah and not telling the truth, is that sin is like a person drowning in the sin. It's a sin that drowns a person. And the punishment in the hereafter is that person will be drowned in the hellfire because of that sin.
Yeah, when you swear something is not true.
Right. When you swear by Allah,
How about if you didn't know the consequence? If you're ignorant, if you're jahil,
Right.
a lot of people like do it. Wallahi. You see how they do it? Wallahi. They don't know the consequence. They apply with them this kind of situation.
if they don't know, if a person does not know, then you're not responsible for what you do not know.
What you told me now about the sink, even I didn't know it.
Right.
But I know when you say wallahi, the consequence I know. Like you say, I know it. Even that you go Islamic court, you say, did you steal this one? Your Honor, wallahi, I know steal. You're free to go.
Now, there are people that don't know, because this kind of stuff, you're supposed to know this kind of stuff. All Muslims, we're supposed to know it. Because it is in Quran. The verse is mentioned in Surah Al-Imran, verse 77. So when you Quran, when you call by the verse, that's why we're supposed to know Quran. Because Al-Imran,
What ayah number?
verse 88. I'm sorry, verse 77.
77.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Right? So when we read Quran is something that we're supposed to read. right? We're supposed to read it so that at least we get a general gist of what Allah is saying in the Quran, right? Of course, there are some things in the Quran that require tafsir, that require further explanation, but generally, there are things that are clear, right? Even the Arabs, back then, some of the Arabs of that are ignorant, can't even read it right. When they hear it, they understood what it means because it's their language, they understand what it is, right? So, and the Quran is like them. A lot of the majority of the Quran is like this. Don't do interest riba. It's clear in the Quran. Don't kill people. It's clear in the Quran, right? Don't commit fornication. These are clear things in the Quran that if you read it, you will get a lot of rulings. You will be clear to you, right? But if a person does not know, a person not knowing falls into different category. If it's a person new Muslim, right? It's new to Islam.
But when you do fornication, it doesn't take you out of Islam. You
No.
be in Islam,
He does know.
but that's between you and Allah.
No. Yes, that's true. But I'm just saying that. But you can learn this in the Quran by just reading the Quran that don't commit fornication. That's what I mean now. Yeah.
When you can swear, even if you know sure. I tried to save my brother, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see he killed a person or he steal something,
Mm-hmm.
and he's in danger.
Mm-hmm.
They call me as a witness.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see what he did. I say, Wallahi, my brother didn't do this kind of stuff.
And you know that he did it?
Eh?
I don't know. But
No, I
if
mean-
I say Wallahi, I will say it twice.
If you say-
Otherwise, they won't cut his neck. That's lie, I swear. I save a life.
Well,
That's a good question.
well, if you swear why you don't know, then it's like as if you say that it's free from me, and you fall into that thing.
Happened to me one time.
It happened to you.
No, not like that. I have a brother, and his wife. Why she is the worst evil woman I ever see in my life.
SubhanAllah.
If you stay with her a week, you're gonna have a stroke.
SubhanAllah.
The way she is. She get this man. He have another wife. He divorced, and she yelled to him, and she do some miserable thing. But when you see her, you say, "Oh, she talked to the first time." You say she's angry. If you stay 1 week with her, you know. The man, I talked to him like yesterday. Tonight they call me. He had to get a stroke. And I took the first plane. I went to London. It was 1 month in a stroke. And he died or alive, nobody knows. He was his own children come. You know, one of his own children seen his own dad. They have a law in England. If I take you to the hospital and I say, I bought this hospital, I'm responsibility. I need to have all information. They call a kin of that person.
A next of kin, yeah, right.
And she took that she became a kin, his own children. She not allowed to see his own brother. His brothers come. She fight in the hospital. She kicked them out. Even police come. Finally, the boy he came out from after 12 months. He's not established mentally and physically. They told her she's supposed to take him to Riyadh. She took him to her house because she wanted to make money. The government, you see, I keep this sick man, I get paid. Her children, his own children, they cannot come to her house. His own brothers, they can come to her house. 1 month, every night they have a fight. She said, the man cannot talk. He said, the people keep calling me. He owned $15,000, this $6,000 that. She just created with money. She wanted, I said, oh, I will pay the money. Nobody trusts her. Long story, make it short. The man, I was leaving, and the interest of that brother, as only one are allowed to go in her house. The other family, no. In order to get this information, it's help everybody else come. Too many people in the house, too many. The night I thought now it's 2 months I stay, I'm going back to the United States since he's not going to, he doesn't go there Riyadh.
She never did with her?
No, she called me in the kitchen. She already prepared that statement. The statement, she act like he wrote it. I'm fellow, my wife, she's only my wife, and put her name. I owe her $300,000. She, if I die, my parents must give her this $300,000. We need to pay her. If she died, that money go to her biological children. She have another husband and children.
You can do that?
Listen, she puts 3 people's name.
No.
The guy he just came out from the hospital, he cannot tell day and night. He cannot walk. People visit him in the living room. She cannot even write. Somebody wrote a statement. She called me and said, since you're leaving, can you please sign this? I said, what's this? I really would have just wrote for you. My bride's name, my wife's name, my only wife. He have another wife, he never divorced yet. I said, I'm not going to sign this paper. This paper, I say, it's not legitimate. First of all, I don't see, I cannot be witness when she give you $300,000. She loan you. If I see, I can be witness. Over here, I don't know it. And I told her, she called and she had his hand like that. He cannot stand up. She already let him sign before. She said, tell your brother to sign. And my brother told him, do you know what this letter says? I said, what letter? This letter you just signed. I said, I signed. I said, yeah. He said, no, $300,000 you own this one. And she told him, can't sign. And I'm leaving. My brother is in hostage. I don't have no other choice. No other family can see him. She takes his phone away from him. I'm obligated 2 things. I say, I'm not going to sign and leave. And I know what's going to happen to my brother.
Yeah, but so I want to get to the point, Sheikh. Sorry, I know you are.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then I think myself, I know what she did in the hospital. I know how she kicked out all these children. She kicked my brother.
So,
I said, okay, I will sign, but remember, I told you, my brother, he doesn't know what he's saying. You may assign it, I will sign, but this is not going to do anything. After 4 years, now she says, I signed that paper.
Now you gotta go to court.
I'm not going to that court. She
Right.
called the elders.
so yeah.
This is the question I was gonna ask. To become a jurist, to sit and
Jury.
you have to be educated, right? You have to learn jurisprudence.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No.
I mean, is it like levels? Like say
You talking about here?
anywhere? I mean, to be an Islamic Jew.
Oh.
Oh, you got that degree.
There's a level.
You have to be.
Yeah.
You have to a mountain of knowledge.
Yeah, okay. So to become, say, in Somalia or elsewhere, a senator, congressman, or however they do that, you have to be still educated.
No,
that's politics. Politics
No.
is different thing.
Well,
Politics, you have to have people. That's it.
That's right.
How you have them, that doesn't matter. If you
Money,
have
Right.
money.
we'll stop there, inshallah.
yeah, that's different thing. If you have
Yeah.
money,
If you have any,
money makes you share in Africa.
طيب.
Share better than
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. جزاكم الله خيرا.